exhausted and woke out. Oh boy, I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna briefly come on here because I'm so goddamn tired. I thought I slept. I guess maybe I really wasn't completely sleeping. I am just gonna go into some of this because I had visitors last night. Some demons and gargoyles came in here. I mean, I was talking to Mina. It was maybe about 2 o'clock in the morning. I saw one of them came and jumped in here, dived through the goddamn wall, and stuck itself. Was flying. Stuck itself to my wall above my goddamn headboard, like where I sleep at, above my head. Turned sideways. It was red. Looked just like a damn demon, like a gargoyle. Had some long ass foots with some claws on the goddamn foots hooked over its goddamn toe. Had a damn two big old damn wing. Some horn on their head, some sharp ass teeth. Look just like the gargoyle that be on the side of them goddamn buildings, and they the gargoyles over architecture and maps. Maps of cities, maps of underground cities, maps of all of the buildings, and the keys to all of the cities. This is what those gargoyles do. Supposedly they're supposed to be protectors. They can be good, but they can also be evil. This one told me he's under Marduk, which would be Enlil and Enki. Marduk is also like Baal, Satan. That's who he under. So I felt him. He started flashing on and off, so I could see him. I kept my cool. I didn't tell Mina at first, and I said, Mina, you know what? For the past hour, I have had company. They must have sent him in here as a monitoring spirit to listen to what I say and go back and tell them bitches over there in that record industry and them bitches tied on that goddamn it bus or that damn band, what the fuck they was in. So I let it listen to the conversation. She said, what? I said, yes, it's been in here. And I looked it up and I seen what it was. This is like a gargoyle. But it's deeper, but it didn't. It was a he. He didn't try to bite me and then people being no. That's okay, well, I'm going to keep on talking because he right here and he's sitting here listening to us and he ain't jumped on me or tried to bite me. And so we're going to keep on talking. Then it got later, 3-4. He's still sitting right there looking at me, talking to me. So he got some things to tell me. And I said, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I said, well, I got to do it. So I told her, I let her go. I know she had to go sleep and get up. So I said, well, I'm going to go, brush my teeth and shit and get relaxed. I'm going to lay down. I'm not going to run from it. I went in the bathroom and I can see out in the room a whole bunch of them with a big female that was butt naked and real fine with a tail. Had some wings on her and was shaped up. I said, that's Lilith. And those were her children. The demon babies, the children of Lilith. And she came and stood at my door. So I'm in the bathroom, but I could see through the wall. I see her. I said, oh, okay. So I'm going to roll with this. And it was they started appearing all over my walls, all over the floor downstairs, all over the steps, came up the steps. I mean, they're everywhere. I don't know how many babies she brought in here. I think it's Lilith, and they're called like Lilith too. They are demon babies. They're all outside. They were on my roof. So I just went in there with them and got into bed, but laid down. I said, well, I guess we're going to have some interesting conversations tonight. She came and stood in my bed. I didn't try to make them get out. I didn't try to sage them or nothing. I said, no, well, I guess y'all are here. Oh, congratulations on your niece. Whew, yeah. There's a whole bunch of them in here. And I should have wrote down everything he said because I'm wore out today. I'm really, really drained. My son that came, he said, Mom, I'm hungry. I got up, fixed him something. Then I said, baby, I got to go lay down. I said, get some more food. He brought the food in. I said, baby, I get it later. See, like, I'm not gonna feel good. Where I figured I ate with him, and I said, I gotta lay down. I ain't feel like shooting over there doing nothing. I'll go out. This is what, but he's still here. They basically watched me sleep. They did not. I didn't fight last night. They didn't attack me. I went to sleep maybe 5 o'clock this morning while he was sitting there. I was too tired to try to listen and take notes. So I thought I was going to stay awake. I laid down and meditated when they were in here. I fell asleep. And today they're still here saying the same thing. For some reason, last night, all night, I didn't get the rest of it. I'm going to get the rest of it as I go because I'm just too fucking tired. He told me they were over architecture, buildings, designs, any designs, car designs, van designs, any vehicles, over police. And her whole architecture of her house, they've dominated it, and they're going to take it and destroy it from the inside out with her children, her daughter, and the people that were involved. He keeps showing me contracts. Right now, they're signing contracts, tying up loose ends and wrapping up loose ends with contracts. They're making everybody sign contracts that they're close to and working to. Everybody inside of that van that was with her during that accident, everybody outside of it, and law enforcement is tied inside of this, y'all. They are showing me police, state patrol, sheriff's office, police in Atlanta, police down there where they were, whatever city they was in. Cameras on, watching this and filming this whole death thing, death by numbers, before it even happened, and killers in that van. There's either someone that's a nurse or nurse's aide, or that secretly study under doctors and nurses, somebody in medicine, female, that was on there from Atlanta. And it's just like I said, why do I feel so hard in Atlanta? All them motherfuckers in there was from Atlanta. Either they relocated here, were born here, they live here. Live out here in Angie Stone Mound. All them motherfuckers in there set that shit up. I also heard her say, which she wasn't on good terms with some of the people in that van. Like I said, it's a homosexual in there, it's a bisexual younger man in there, very emotional, and that nigga sucking dick or get fucked that was driving the goddamn van. That's a liar and a thief and he's a closet homosexual, fucks with men, fucking young men on that goddamn bus, or go both ways, and don't want a lot of people to know they fucks each other. Several people fucking each other that was in there. And Angie had also said something else she had no business saying. Angie said, when I get back and sit down and we start this, like, I'm going to have to do some house cleaning. I'm finna clean house and get rid of some of y'all. I'm not finna fuck with y'all no more. So they felt like, okay, so this is the beginning of the big end. So we're going to murder this bitch while we had a chance. And she had something hid, had some shit on them. She wasn't dumb and weak like people think. She had secret police files on some of these people, knowing somebody called themselves doing PI work on her, setting her up, working with the police, working with the music industry and Clive and all of them to set up and take her royalties. They were tying her up and thought they had her tied up. She trusted them signing contracts. They didn't turn in all the contracts and all the fucking paperwork. And she started getting feelings about it, and God was speaking to her, but she didn't say nothing. To one of them, she might have said something like, lately, the past couple of months, she said, I think I'm finna start cleaning house and getting rid of some of my staff because I know they got something to do with that. And my paperwork and me not getting paid. One of them, this female, got a check, got a bank account, more than one of them. They going through a bank account. They been siphoning money from her at the bank accounts because they get a check. You know, you work for somebody, they managing you. They get the check first. They deposit, they cut it. They got your accounts. They handling this, and she knew she was being stolen from by these bitches in there. And so they know that when this comes major, she's going to turn on them because they've been stealing from her the whole time. They got police involved in her business inside her house. Lawyers supposed to be working for her in the label. Lawyers working in it, and they also working with the police. These bitches in there working with the police. They set that up from the police up here to the police down there. It's showing with this car, this vehicle, they had to jam her in. She could not get out. They blocked her hands and arms and shit. She could not run away or get away. This was staged, and somebody says 2 or 3 men. There's a lot of men, older and younger, and women, older and younger. They were watching this and watching location of the van with the police covering them, police watching it. This is what these cars also showing, because they ambushed her and killed her that night, later that night, Friday night, going over into Saturday morning. And there were these men, very, very violent, got a terrorist energy. They were waiting and plotting this patiently for a long time. This has been plotted for like over a year or so. And they had to hurry up. Now, they knew this was a time in the past, like 2-3 months, when she started really getting strong and getting tired and getting ready to expose people, even in her own camp. And she was saying, God done reveal things to me and show me things about y'all. And there's 2 females that was in there that worked for her. She got to argue, reveal. What you mean reveal? Reveal some things about you. I know her and 1 and 2 of them women got into it. She said, God revealed to me that you got something to do with it, and you fucking that man, one of the mans on that van that I know about, and y'all been plotting and conspiring on me, and I don't completely trust you, and I'm looking at my money, it's looking funny, and you've been in my account. Then she called another girl in there, and I think it's one of them women they named the T. At the bottom of it, 3 T's or some shit like that. The 3 women got the same initial they name start by. It's 2 of them. It's 3 of them, but it's 2 out of 3 of them, goddammit. She confronted, said, I know what you've been doing, and you've been fucking him. One of the men's back there in that fucking van, and y'all don't put this together on me. And then the other one, he fucking a man, and she know who gay and who bisexual. That one on that driving is a fuck men's, like young men's. One of them's on that bus. Younger man's his damn lover, and undercover like he with women. She confronted her, so they got behind her and didn't like her anyway. That man driving didn't like her, and the other man on there that's gay or go both ways. And them 2 women said, we got to get rid of her because this bitch is talking about having us locked up. Because if they come, we're going to go for felony, for fraud, taxes, like switching that lady books and stealing from the lady. And then they mentioned Wells Fargo and some other banks and stocks. They done hid and built them a portfolio behind that lady back and tried to hide it. And it started being revealed to her. And she confronted a couple of them, and they trying to calm her down because she gets her temper and want to fight. And I don't blame her because they did it so long. Then they trying to talk like she crazy or need some medication or might have been switching her medication. They're like, we need to get this bitch on this bus. Because see, once Angie gets something in her mind and she starts seeing the spirit reveal it to her, and she starts seeing little shit and you moving funny, she started checking her money and going back and say, well, this don't add up. And she started getting the outside accountant involved and the outside lawyer, outside the lawyer that I see, and the police, and they tapping her phone and was listening to everything in her house. They knew then they had to do something quick, because once she get it in her mind, she come like a bull. You know, sometimes the way Sagittarius can be like a Taurus, like they get real, real stubborn and dig the heels down in. That's how she is. And she's like, no, I'm going to fight and go this the way to all this come. I'm going to expose everybody. And whoever come up with this, one of y'all in my camp or in my house, her daughter, I wonder was a daughter on that van, or a daughter close by, a daughter knowed about it because she's friend with one of them bitches that was still stealing her money and embezzling from her. I still got to put this shit together, because I'm wondering, why do I see the police outside and the sheriff, somebody on a bike or motorcycle, some shit like that, tied into the police and sicked them down on them? When he flipped, called himself having an accident that was staged up like some stunt shit, like from the movie. I want to do any of them no Tyler Perry or goddamn work with Tyler Perry, anybody fuck with them stunts. Because that was a stunt right there. There were stunt doubles and people's involved in the shit to make it like it was turned over, and then paid the other trucker and had them come in, roll over. Because I seen she was physically alive but dead at the same time. And physical body was dying, spiritually dead, disconnected. They had already done the ritual. People in our house and got roots and shit laying around our goddamn house. She gets in there. She knows something wrong. They know something wrong, but they know this is the last time she gonna breathe because they can't let this bitch out of this van. Cause as soon as she get back to Atlanta, she finna set this shit off and set it in motion. And they would have had to testify. They would have had deposition. They would get caught in their lie. They wouldn't be able to submit proof to what they were saying. Somebody's finna got them to get the feds involved in Georgia and got them go to chain gang in this motherfucker. And have from state line, going over state line, going out state, and see now them fed charges. They would have been down there in the goddamn federal pen, and this would have been all over the news because then they would have called Clive and all them in and to study their books around her and examine their shit forensically. And it's like, you know what we do. When these kind of things come up, you know what we do, and we done it to her so many years, we owe her hundreds of millions of dollars that we're not going to pay her. It's time to cash this bitch out. So she's sensing this, and they know it, and they trying to come up in the entertainment industry and be seen in different fields off of Angie. They not really getting nowhere. They asking her to do stuff for them, and she only doing so much, but they still ain't getting where she at and climbing over her bigger. So they really gonna blow up if they take her life. So this was all plotted and planned out. People were outside on that road, and the police was out there. And sheriff, they was covering that shit. People got paid off. Them people in that van, they love her and care about her. They are never going to tell you the truth. They said the demon was on my wall. He said, we're going to spend this 3 ways, 6 ways, and 9 ways. We're going to create this like a long-term conspiracy theory. So that people say this, people say that, and you don't know what's true and what's not. So they deliberately put that shit out to confuse people and to throw them off balance while they locking motherfuckers down on paperwork. Excuse me, they locking people down, they making them sign contract and non-disclosure. I wouldn't trust what nobody say in that van after this or what the police statement is, because it's already rigged from high up with Clive and them and the Italian mafia, the ones that rule the music industry and the Jewish mafia, and tied into and pay politicians and police. This is what's going on right now. That's why they quiet. Not that they talk they planning a funeral. They lying. It's a child. Her child showed up and involved, and it's another child, or maybe both of them together in it. But I don't know why she keeps pointing. The daughter is playing a more important role than her son. She knew they were going to kill her mother, and that they kill her. She really ain't too toe up about it. She just concerned about her future with the money. She was all in it for the money any goddamn way. They knew that if she wasn't there, she know that. That's what was finna go down. They set that up for somebody violent to move in and make a move with the police to cause some type of distraction. If it was not the accident, direct or shooting or fake shooting or misdirection, it looked like it was a shooting or might have shot in there. Got shot, or let's take it even, let's get more funky with it. The driver or somebody else inside that could have shot her motherfucking ass. Now I'm saying I don't know if it's true, as well as I see a taser, a laser and a taser. And she was knocked out or got impaired where she couldn't just get up and run and walk at first. She was stunned, like with a stun gun, as well as a needle. She was knocked down. And them bitches, some of them that deal with medical shit and first aid and sedatives and shit, was there participating in shit. The driver was he looking back, either he had a weapon, he had something on him. They disabled her, but she could not hardly see him with dizzy and delirious. That's what she told me. So if she came out of there, I got to look more because they deliberately wrecked it, got out of there, she wasn't going to go far. She kept telling me she needed surgery. She might have been able to be saved a little bit longer to recover, be on life support or something, because she said she was leaking. She was bleeding. She was disoriented. She's either cut internally or externally. And she said she needed to get to the hospital to get surgery. They were not going to make sure that happened. Then I don't know if this is true. They're saying the family has now refused an autopsy. Why would you refuse an autopsy to cause a death? Because they don't want on record what's in her goddamn system. And what they had done and how her life could have been prolonged and her life could have been saved. If it's anything that was shooting or somebody involved, it was law enforcement. And them allowing somebody to do it while they overseeing the shit, because them the orders they were doing to lead her down in that direction. And they had been spying on her and plotting on her and eavesdropping on her and watching her money for months. Because remember, they work for, they know the schedule. I see this right here is coming up death. She was not meant to make it out there. She was going out down there to goddamn die. It's showing the 10 of swords. They had planned to do it in an automobile, some type of vehicle, a van, a truck, or some shit like that. And she was looking forward to bigger and better opportunities and new money coming to her. They was looking forward to bigger and better opportunities from the death of her, so they can rise up off of her and set her up. And somebody was also drinking and drunk. Somebody was drunk in there. They've been partying, as well as got a drug addiction, a sex addiction, dealing with them sex circles and bonding, feeling like, well, since we fucking each other, we can get a guaranteed bond to set her up because we like fucking each other and doing all this goddamn gay shit, weird shit and got motherfuckers on tape. People in her camp were working for people in other camps. Two-faced, lying to her in her face, pretend they loyal to her, but she has started, like I said, she done put that shit together the past few months, and they know how shit. Y'all done took me down and took my money, y'all, for to protect me, and I paid y'all, and you didn't, so now I'm finna take whoever come up, come out. Y'all come out, and I sent y'all in it, y'all going down too, and I ain't finna separate, and I ain't finna motherfucking stop it. And she knew two women, she had suspected two of them goddamn women of doing this shit. So while she and us celebrating and they act like they with her and making choices with her, they all killing her in the goddamn van, baby. It shows they all had a hand in killing that lady. Even if they might have not all hit her or beat her or stuck her, y'all all participated, helped move the body, move her around and watch the other ones kill her. Somebody shot her. And I keep seeing the drop. And another two women's in the back and the nigga, basically all of them was in it. They turned around. He had something to do with doing that shit. And he was practicing stunts and knowing if, I don't know, y'all tell me if I saw the details. I don't know if they're trying to say somebody hit him before and made him lose control. And when it turned over, then the truck comes in. I don't know if they're trying to say somebody hit him and made that happen. What a distraction they created. It was stunts, like you do on a movie set, to create a fake wreck. As if create the fake wreck and Lena turn over and make sure the way he did it and who was helping him out there and the police were coaching him, that he did not get caught up and die. Then they gave the cue for the trucker, the 18-wheeler, to come in and finish it off. Now, I heard somebody seen a video said she was ran over with 18-wheeler. At this time, I'm not seeing that. Because if that's the case, her whole body would have been like cottage cheese, just tore up and smashed the fuck all up. So I'm not really sure about that part yet. And since so much still coming to me and these demons in here, and he said right now they're wrapping up all type of paperwork, her music, her royalties. They finna start releasing her shit. They making deals with her daughter and the family. All of them gonna get their little cut, and they ain't gonna be that much. They doing that behind the scenes so that these people can't come out and tell. Now, somebody could still violate an NDA, but they're not going to want to because they don't want to end up like her for not fucking telling them. They think they finna suck dick and eat a lot of pussy and fuck, and now they finna get their rewards and come up, and a lot of them ain't finna go where they think they're going to go by doing this to her. So they're not going to talk. And if they say anything in public, they're going to give us the remix, baby. They're going to give us the fake version. Or what happened, like they so hurt and they seen it like that. They hate seeing it like that. Really? Well, why don't y'all give her autopsy then and let us see what is in her and where the real wounds at. If it's any shot wounds and gunshots and stab wound and drug in there. Because she told me she was leaking. Why was she leaking? She's either leaking from a gunshot wound. I don't get stabbed with a knife. I get stabbed with a surgical syringe. And then hit and knocked around, she said, and stunned. So she was drugged, she was delirious, and she was leaking in the inside, and she was leaking on the outside. So it was some type of wound to her on the outside and real bad wounds on the inside. She was real tore up. So something hit her. I just know an 18-wheeler didn't just completely stand in front of her and run her over like that and might have clipped her. I don't know, but it didn't run over her whole body. It's impossible for her not to look like that. If it was, she would have been dead instantly and just flattened out. I don't pick up this time. She was flattened out. She was laid out. She was still breathing. Could have got help, but she was barely holding on by a thread. It wasn't like she just get up and walk around and run around and flag calls down and say, hey, that one, that one. No, she was really fucked up. Was awake, and they're like, I don't see she got to the hospital alive, and somebody tried to say that she was alive, she got alive. I don't see it because they didn't make sure that she left there, got transported either through helicopter, wasn't close enough to get trauma surgery, or by car or ambulance. They didn't get her quickly enough to get her somewhere where she could get all the surgery that she needs. I don't see that. She was deliberately held there, and law enforcement was involved, mostly not to step in and do something about it, but goddamn it, secure the scene and watch over. That's what it says something to me. They got paid, and they're gonna get paid some more. They didn't have to sign NDA. We already know they ain't gonna talk. To secure the spot so she can die. She wouldn't live long enough to tell or to recover or get out there and do anything legal about it. All them are partners in crime together. Didn't I tell you that dirty ass music industry was here in Atlanta, and they got weak motherfuckers down here handling and sick them up to do shit. And I don't know how many years she's on these people, but clearly she trusted them because she was in there with them. And I hear them saying, oh my God. She's calling out and she's trying to get help and calling on God and Jesus and all shit, and trying to pray for her safety, and she knew they were killing her. She knew she was dying, and they made sure of it, and the police made sure that she was dead, because that's what they was there for, to protect her, to keep the public from saving her, and to protect her for her being able to save herself, snatched her phone, took all her stuff, her pocketbook and shit. Let this fucker just bleed out and breathe out. That's what this is looking to me. This is what this was designed to do. And that's what the demon on the water gaga is telling me. He said, now we're going to wrap this up and tie this up in so much paperwork, and everybody involved with paperwork and legal paperwork, that the public will never completely know. It's kind of, they're going to try to make it like a JFK mystery, but what you seeing and hearing, if we start hearing the same story and then you start hearing another story, you got 2 or 3 stories to compare, one of them is true. They think it's funny to distract people and make you think you know that you're something that you don't fucking know, and make you repeat something that's true but it's not, switching the things around. So what I have to do now, get a little rest and sit and see which one is the truth. There's a lot of truth in the video. I just don't, what they were saying, tough news, where ladies on the video said she saw another lady said she was there and she seen somebody look like Angie Stone. She realized it was Angie Stone later. Angie Stone was trying to walk and stumbling around and not stable in the head and trying to get some man breathe. The more she walked, I know the more she hurt. She was in a lot of pain. She was walking and she was moaning. I could hear it. She showed me, because just to move caused her so much pain because she was torn up. She thought it was helping her to walk. It was making it worse. Oh, baby. Because she was hurting when she walked and moaning because her organs were torn open, lacerated, and bleeding. So the more she walked and moved, the worse she bled. Because she was wide open in the inside, blood leaking out of her. That one kidney, the liver was cut, and the middle body cut, and the inside organs cut. The more she walked, the worse it got. And she didn't understand. And they watching, get her. And then the police letting them know, we got it. We got this whole area secure. We got locked down and nobody can come and save her. And if they saw they did, they heard and got them the fuck up out of there. For some reason, this is the kind of shit. And they making people change their story. If you say something in public, this is what you better say. This is how much money we're going to give you. And you're going to secretly sign this shit. You know, you, your grandma, your grandmama, your granddaddy, your son, your daughter, that little boy you love that we sing you playing with in the yard, and show them a picture of they stuff out of them spying on them. I hope you don't want him coming up missing or drowning out there in that lake around the street. So they doing stuff like that at this time. Just a little bit I am seeing. This gargoyle in here is stuck to the wall, got a long ass goddamn tail and a long ass tongue to match it, goddamn it. I mean, they He's laughing about it. He's like, this is what we do. And we control the system and run it. Ain't no Jesus finna help and say no goddamn about it. We run this whole Jesus agenda and this fake agenda. And Jesus bows to us in this realm. We don't bow to him. And a part of that is true because if you look in the Bible, it says God says in the Bible that right now Satan has dominion, not Jesus, over the earth. And he can do what he wants to do. And over money, prosperity, sex, love, success, he controls all the wealth. Lucifer's over there until God says Jesus can come down with the second coming and bind him in the pit. He do what the fuck he want to do at this time. The earth is his. The world is yours. So anybody want to argue with me about that? That's fine. Any of you Christians and Bible thumpers, but get your Bible verse first though. And come and challenge me. Because what I said is in your Bible verses. Your Jesus does not rule this domain. At this time, Satan does. Because his father said so. So you come on in here and say that I'm lying and I'm anti-Christian. I'm not, baby. Get your Bible now to challenge me on what I said because that's what your Bible says. That's what your good book says. Jesus is not in control. So y'all calling somebody that don't have power over Satan that rules it. And that's what it said God wanted it to be at this time. So I'm waiting for you to prove me wrong and call me a liar and say I'm a Christian hater because baby, my mother's a preacher. I grew up in the church. So I might not know all of it since I don't study no more, but I know enough to defend something that I say. And these demons know it because that's what he said on the wall. He don't run shit down here. We run him. He's useless. He's especially a white one. Or if you want to say it's a black one, he don't run it neither. Now, please check your footwork on your scriptures and come at me and prove that I'm fucking lying. That's just why I don't call him. For what? Scream to God, stand at the wheel of my rear view. Scream to God, he can't hear you. Because God put handcuffs on him. So he's not going to supersede whatever the devil do down here until an appointed time. Because the devil has been released and God cut the shackles off of him. He's out the pit. So I'm going to listen to them. Because they know scripture better than you. And they're older than you and stronger than you and wiser than you. So he's calmly laughing, telling me this shit. He said that's how we got her ass. Because they had somebody pretend like they was into the Lord working for her and work for the devil to flip her. While she said, I just called Jesus when I died. Really? They got her calling Jesus while they got Satan. And they doing sex magic, black magic, and forensic magic. And glamour spells and trying to take her beauty and destroy her and make people see us ugly and fucked up. The whole time she's calling Jesus, and you see it doesn't get better. The more she calls him, the worse it gets. Because he can't do anything. I'm not saying he can never do anything. Y'all want to call him, call him. I'm not telling you not to call him. I'm just saying whenever I look in entertainment, and these people that are supposedly religious, you can't serve two masters. You are in the devil's domain, getting the devil's money, and then calling Jesus at the same time, who has no power and no strength. In the devil's domain where the magic has been turned upside down. They all end up the same way, dead. It's like now they have confirmed this man, Tony, and thank y'all for correcting me. Y'all said it wasn't the brother, but however, what I'm saying is it might not be him right now, but it's him too. Them two brothers met with men on the low and got disease on the goddamn low. Somebody over there in Jodeci got the same disease that this man here's trying to say they dying. I don't know what they saying it is, or if they're going to say it's cancer. The other one got it, and it's from messing with men and women and dope. Somebody in Jodeci is sick right now. Now, the one, KC, that can sing real good, he got out the hospital. He ain't in there no more. But I'm still telling you, either it's him that shit on him, and a couple others in there, because he was a vile, ruthless, nasty motherfucker. I think beat Mary J. Blige, and they snort powder together. And he whores as a motherfucker. They got shit jammed up on him when he go both goddamn it way. And that other with Drew Hill. Something going on with that singer Drew Hill that them girl draws wedged up and around his ass with grease on it. Do I need to say more? Don't. You look at him saying everybody know that Drew Hill got some sugar in his pocket. Got some sugar in the tank. I don't know why they didn't let him stop looking sane, because he did whatever they say. They sacrificed him and sacrificed him and his ass to sing. And then the other fat nigga that was with them negotiating, he said he did demonic deals for Drew Hill to be successful. I don't know if they were bending his fat juicy ass over, but then again, they like fat sisters. So he might have been dead up in the shit, sucking dick back there and all this shit. And then, they weighing Drew Hill ass out of there singing with them damn multicolored sequin headband on the bikini, bikini drawers and sunshine yellow bikini drawers and shit up there with grease on it. See, it's sickness over there. There's sickness in them two camp. That other boy, Tony, the brother, something wrong with him. Over there, Casey and Jodeci, something wrong with him. He got that shit. Can't get rid of it. And then Drew Hill camp. Something over there. See, when they get quiet like that, they be undercover taking that medicine. But you know what? This demon is in her laughing now. While I'm talking about that, we do that to them. He's like, we don't look at them as victims because they sign up for the shit. They agree to the shit and they know what's going on. I don't know if all of them. He said we get them in Atlanta and the mansion parties, New York and LA and other mansion parties, and they already know what it is when they show up to the party. They can say yes or no or walk away, but they know if they walk away, they're walking away from a future to being a star. And there still might be no guarantee then, and they'll stay and start getting high and fucking folks at the mansion parties down here. These big old parties they have at the Airbnb. Oh boy. Hey Bobby, it is Dwayne, but I'm telling you it's Dwayne brother. If one of them his brother or close to him, or even if it ain't, he in there kind of look like him, he got some too, goddammit. One of them had it 20 years, and one of them I see it 10 years ago. They've been secretly taking medicine for the shit, but secretly drug addicted and met with men. One of them was in that Diddy ship, that boy trafficking, and I believe it's the oldest one. I told you somebody else, the death was still going to be rolling out. An older top-ranking producer, I forgot his name. They announced today he died, either today or yesterday. He died after the other show. He was in his 80s. A top historic producer, I forgot his name. Y'all done seen it because it's all over the internet. All of them ain't gay. All of them might have a woman fetish or, little girl fetish, cheering fetishes, or the opposite sex, and like to do a lot of group sex and can't commit to one woman. Okay, Roy Ayers. Thank you, baby. Yes, Roy Ayers just passed, and he said Quincy Jones with his baby mama. Look, I'm just a messenger here. I don't know. So they was into a lot of demonic shit. Him and said Roy Ayers was messing with men's. And that Clive and Quincy turned him out in the ass. They were his baby mamas. And what a name that's sick now got some engagement with Will Smith. Now, Will Smith fucking different boys and women's and men's and shit with Diddy, his wife, and all these other people. Will Smith, either he ain't got it or he'll take a whole bunch of good medicine to hide it. Because there's no way he can do all that raw fucking, and he love to fuck men and they booty. And his booty hole get real happy and fat and juicy when a good sausage sliding down in him. Woo, Scooby-Doo. Like Tony the Titan. Great. Now he get real excited when he sees some big long dick. Will Smith. Eddie Murphy, goddammit, and LL. LL Cool J is hot and I don't give a fuck anybody who rock the bell. Dun, 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 dun. See, they're gonna act like these people don't fuck with men. But LL got out of rapping and could not get in the music industry, movies, and really go nowhere until he started visiting with Quincy Jones and Merv Griffin, an old rich white sis out there in Hollywood. His Will Smith asshole started jumping, like having a seizure, like. Start opening and closing where he can't control it. He started grinning real big like a bitch and started swirling his ass around and popping it, lifting one ass cheek up and one ass cheek down and hold it open with a lot of grease on it. Or some Crisco, and now like some Crisco, some lard or Vaseline, so he can stick fists and dicks in his booty. You know what? pay the young boys to do this shit, and his wife watching, and all of a sudden the little boy disappear or come up missing or dead or some shit. Yeah. Yeah. And see, it's this man that called himself Patricia Newman or Victoria Newman, got a sex change, wrote a book and said he was servicing LL in New York, and they started destroying this man's career and squashing the book, and the FBI even did a polygraph, and the man passed the test and said he was messing with LL. Said LL is a top and a bottom. Said he versatile, and said he used to apply a lot of dick to LL, and they come out there and buy them goddamn prostitutes up there. This is, what they saying. And this man here from Tony, he got some deal. He got some dealing with Puffy and Will Smith. That's what the gargoyle is in here saying, and they got records of it and tapes of it. So, and the other ones, that same virus that's in him, it's been talking to me, and it's in a whole bunch of other celebrities, but they male celebrities. It is showing me, and it's talking to me. And I know something going on because they put it in the news today, urgent. They want everybody to see it. The CDC have fired a lot of employees. Now they done rehired like a couple of hundred people. They bringing them back in, something breaking down. And you know what that's at in Atlanta. And you know one of the highest gay cities at in Atlanta. And you know what one of the highest levels of HIV, like a third world country, is Atlanta. But you got the headquarters of CDC. See, I don't really have to go no deeper to explain this to y'all. You'd expect the place where they have the center and the cure and the monkeys down in there for a cure. But yes, that's the biggest explosion, which should tell you what the fuck going on. And it's around black men, and then black women. Like I said, I mentioned Raphael Sadiq. That's his brother. I'm going to throw both of them in it, goddammit. He just not being talked about, and it's in the news, but he neck because he already got it in him. I see it inside his body. Because both of them been doing questionable thing, strange thing for a piece of change. And guess what her name is saying? Angie Stone, these demons came to back it up. It's funny to them. They don't have no pity because they said this is what we do. Child, I'm just weak at this point. I gotta look down. I gotta hear the rest of they saying and what it's showing me. Oh boy. There's so many layers to this thing. And these weak, dirty motherfuckers that's from here, all of them from Atlanta bound, and friends with her set her up. They're gonna pay for this here. And death is around them too, and they're not going to get what they wanted, and this is going to be exposed. Things will start happening in their life, even if we don't hear it direct, because they signed the gag order and took the money. Then they off, and they get another big chunk of money later on. Didn't I tell you the lawsuits and all this shit was coming? This shit going to drag out all year to the end of the year. And then some of the settlements are going to be off. Some of them are going to be low. They're going to get renegotiated because the lawyer is going to make a deal for theyself. Either he or her. I see a female lawyer involved in this too. And then another white firm going to jump in, a Jewish firm, and they're going to shut it down. They're going to take a majority of it. It's going to be a lot of conflict and arguing involved in this. And that's another way that Angie and her family going to get money killing that lady and then turn around having big lawsuits behind it. And might try to do wrong for death and shit. And it ain't going to last long because you got it by murdering an honorable one and a holy one. And somebody on drugs, and they're going to get deeper on drugs as this case goes because they mind and they guilt, they're not going to be able to deal with it. Is he gay or not? Y'all can believe what you want to believe. I'm not here to convince nobody. All I do is pass messages I see in here on the other side. It's up to you to believe whatever you want to believe. Don't matter. And you sure don't have to believe me. I don't care. I deliver the message. That's all I'm concerned about. Not convincing nobody to do anything. I mean, D'Angelo is touring in public. You can check on him and look him up. I mean, I don't hear a lot of news about it. But anyway, y'all, I'm exhausted. I'm weak right now. Y'all support me and donate. You want more information and shit. But I I gotta lay down, goddammit. I'll talk to y'all later.